try.
All right.
Okay? Yep. Come on forward. Stay dry. Hear that rubbing?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Sounds like it's coming from the back. What could be back there on the passenger side? The back on the passenger.
Crawl forward slow. Keep going. All right, hang on.
Lift her up, you see that will get light. Keep going.
There it is, right there. All right, so he flexed it all out. You can see that he's...
Well, that shouldn't
3/16.
Yeah.
I don't see any marks on it, but it definitely looks like there might be some markage on there.
How about right here on our new mount? What kind of space you got there?
Oh, fine.
Tons of room, huh?
Tons of room. Tire's not anywhere close to touching anything. Bump stops right on the mount on this side.
Well, you know what? I guess if you think about it, now if the vehicle was moving and flexing still, I guess it's possible that, I mean, is it possible that just this thing moving along here could have made it?
Let's,
I mean, the only
let's
way
lower it down and see what, if it left a mark.
Come down just a little slowly. Yeah, just a little.
Watch all your pieces, parts.
Yep. Looks like I'm good. Just slow and easy.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yeah. Well, there's, you know, you can see some metal where it was hitting there.
So what we're looking at is what was making the rubbing noise on Recon when we flexed it out. And what you can see right there is, I'll call it the yoke on the rear end, is actually touching the gas tank skid. I clearanced it a little bit in here, obviously not enough because that's still close, not actually hitting right there. But the noise we heard, I think, was a rotational noise. You can see some of the material worn off where it was rubbing that. So we're going to put it back down. I might have to change the track bar length. Even though the rear won't be centered, we may have to just push it away from there a little bit. So anyway, just want to re-emphasize no safety equipment here whatsoever. So I'm going to get out of here so we don't have a squish cooter, and I'll talk to you later. So here we go, another JK. Let's get into there real time and see what this looks like. Colin's got this thing fully flexed out. Go up a little bit more with it. Stock gas tank, no belly armor. You can see here, no clearance. None whatsoever. You can see here, I'm going to run up and down the length of the drive shaft. Very little clearance, but it's not hitting. Stock rear shaft, again, plastic boot is destroyed. No clearance with the gas tank. Now, I don't know what this is, a metal cloak lift. I don't know what lift it is. It looks to be about 3.5 inches. The question came up when we do the rear Adams. What kind of room are we going to have? The rear Adams yoke measures about 4 inches across. This one here, the round factory yoke, looks like it also measures 4 inches across. So I don't think there's going to be any gain right there.
All right, I have the, you can see I got a 4x4. I ended up lifting this side up so I could get room to get my Sawzall in there. And what I've done is I was able to make the vertical cut out of that 1/4 inch armor. And now down on the bottom, I'm going to use a cutting wheel and just try to get a nice straight line across and take that 1/4 inch piece of rock hard 4x4 gas tank armor off. And then, as you know, that'll leave room for this rear pinion flange to flex over there as needed. And then looking at the forums, I mean, this is a real common problem, especially when you run this thick armor. But even guys that don't run this armor have had problems with either the driver's side front tire buried into the fender or the passenger rear tire buried into the fender. This tends to flex over and rub the gas tank skid. There's plenty of room. The tank has a lot of room, even behind the stock skid plate that actually holds the fiberglass tank up. So I think as I was reading the forums, it looks like a lot of guys will take a hammer and even cave it in a little farther to make even more room for flex. So just a simple little fix, a little modification to help out. I adjusted the rear track bar. I got the axle centered quite nicely. The front's centered nicely. So this is on the list. All right, you can see the piece that was cut out, 1/4 inch steel. It was right up there in that corner. I'll come around with the camera and get a better look at that. But that gives me a little bit of space right there. Then I can take a hammer and also pound the stock skid plate in a little bit and gain even a little more space. Again, just trying to get clearance for that rear drive shaft pinion flange right there. Okay, you can see the notch cut out, a nice little rectangle out of the skid. That gives me a 1/4 inch more clearance, maybe even more than that. And then if need be, I can take a hammer and hammer in more. There's quite a lip here. You can see my fingers right in there. There's a little room for me to hit that in a little bit more. Not much, but I could get another 1/8 of an inch. That'll take care of that little adjustment. The only other thing is where my finger is right here. Mike took some of this off. There's probably room for me to shave another 1/4 of an inch off on an angle right there, if need be.